treadmill in my, so I've got two offices. I got a front office.
Yep.
And then a back office.
Nice.
Nice.
And then, and so my Peloton is in the back office here. So this is the pool and stuff.
That's what's up. That's awesome.
Epic.
Getting the day
Yeah.
going.
So I got, what's up?
Getting the day going right.
That's it.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, we're going great. I think we got, I just mentioned everyone where everyone's coming in from. If everyone wants to like unmute themselves for a second or put in the chat box where you're coming in from. I know Alexis Cruz just hopped on the call from Florida.
In Arizona.
Right.
What's up?
We got Susie from Madison. We got Jacob from Manitoba, Canada. We got Alexis from Florida. Claire from Gainesville. Ben from Milwaukee, Paul from Madison, Bill from Phoenix, Dave from Nevada, Antoinette from San Francisco, Janine from Idaho. This is an awesome call, and Jefferson from Dallas. So, guys, I appreciate you guys all hopping on today's Connection, social virtual coffee meetup. So this is a regular thing. This is going to be a regular catch up. So a connection call, catch up call, social call on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. and on a Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. We'll be a little bit more business orientated. We'll talk a little bit more about entrepreneurship. We'll talk about how we can help each other grow in our businesses, whatever businesses that we're, a part of, and, just a way that we can connect while being quarantined from home. So, the mic is open, guys. If anyone would like to, just start the conversation going. There's something that's on your mind that you would love to just, discuss, chat, get some conversation going.
Yeah, I'll jump in, guys, because I got to hop off. I appreciate you doing this. So I hope you don't mind the bobbing up and down because I'm on the treadmill. You're like, what? Is he on a trampoline or a treadmill? What the heck? So, it's obviously everything's been turned upside down, right? And I'm just reminding you about it, the stuff that we should be thinking right now is this is a huge pattern interrupt for everybody, right? It interrupts our bad habits, but it also interrupts our good habits, right? For those of us that were going to the gym every day, like for example, my mom, she's 78, she's overweight, she has issues with her hip, but she's been going to rehab. We have to pay extra. Me and my brother-in-law are chipping in to pay extra because insurance not covering it, but she's going to rehab 3 times a week, man. She was getting momentum, mobility was getting back, and then bam, now she's stuck at the house and she has to do her own exercises, and it's tough, And so there's so many different aspects of our life that have been touched, but also on the positive things that I'm sure we've all experienced, whether we're spending more time with our loved ones, which could be good or bad sometimes. Our 2 little boys, our 8-year-old just turned 8 yesterday, and our 6-year-old, we took the training wheels off, and now he's riding his bike. So that was a big thing yesterday. So he's all like, I go, man, you know what? If you want to go faster, you got to get on your bike. So he went from a Strider to the bike with training wheels for a day, and Harrison was just beating him all the time. It's like, well, if you want to go faster, you got to take training wheels off, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Big brother.
So we took those training wheels off, and now he's zipping around. He had a couple wipeouts, but nothing big. No skin taken off yet, But that's part of learning something new. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna get scraped. This is the courage part about this. So for a lot of people that we're talking to, it's that courage muscle. A lot of people's courage muscle has not been exercised. They've been operating on Groundhog Day in their nice comfort zone, doing their 9 to 5 and all of that. And so we just have to be sensitive to that, but at the same time, speak to what's happening. Obviously, all the patterns have been broken up, and then kids that have been in college or even just community college. I mean, some kids are like, why am I even going to college? Or like, it's just everything's been turned upside down. So it's been a really positive thing for a lot of people if they see it that way, right? And so I think that, this is happening to us, but it's also happening for us, right? But network marketing happens through us, and we have a chance to bless a ton of people. There's so many. I mean, you guys saw the chart. People searching for a home-based business. The chart's just going up, right? But we've got to step up and keep on doing our, exposing people, getting the no's, getting the yeses, leaning into it. Showing people we've got this system, because this is the perfect system. People can do it from their phone, because, it's a lot of leaders, but a lot of people that are showing World Ventures and or network marketing, they're showing the product and comp plan, but then that's it. They're like, product comp plan, come join. But what they're missing is product comp plan system. Here's how you're going to do it. That's what's going to help close more people is, so in your presentations, if you guys are doing live Zooms or recorded Zooms or whatever, after the comp plan, and when I do the income disclosure, whether it's before or after the testimonies, I go, some of you might be wondering, how am I going to do this? Well, number one, we're going to teach you, we're going to show you how to do this, but we've got a simple system called the Rank Up app that literally keeps track of all your prospects, take notes, tracks what they watched. So we have a CRM, it's a customer relationship management system. So we have a system to guide you. It's not going to be some random thing. We're going to take you down the path. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to show you how we do this. There's no mystery to success. It is work. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay. And you're not going to get rich in the next 90 days, but you're going to be you're going to set yourself up so the next 90 to 120 days, when this thing is over, okay, where we're coming out of it, you're going to be set. You're going to be set up better financially because of your 1099 now or tax write-offs. You've got some sort of a residual income starting to build up. I think it's important that we set those expectations too, that we don't, swing the pendulum and talk about, I know you guys know this, but we're going to get rich, and obviously we're not going to get rich in 90 days, but it's important that we keep on peppering that it's going to take some work, right? This thing that's happened has turned everything upside down and has caused a hole for a lot of us. So we got to strap on the jet packs, and we got to build bigger engine, which is more skill and a better vehicle to blast ourselves out of the hole and to get into the atmosphere and to really look forward to our future. So it's these kind of little analogies that we have to keep on peppering in out there, because some people think that if they just, well, probably most people don't think this, but let's say a lot of people think they're just going to be kind of like, all right, if I could push my bills out 90 days and get these deferments and stuff, I'm okay. But realizing that they're actually falling behind and they're actually falling into a hole, right? Because they're not protecting themselves for the future. And so now's the time, to do that. Now, the other thing too is, for those of you that are maybe feeling hypersensitivity to bringing up a home-based business, don't do that. I understand some people are in different situations, but for us, we need to be bold, and we've got to step into it. And it's our responsibility to show people that they can make money from home. And it's and for your consciousness, it's really simple. Say, hey, are you open to making money from home? Basically in this current situation, my home-based business is booming. I'm looking for some people. I don't know if you're open or not, but I'm helping people right now making money from social media and their phone. Are you open? Well, maybe, yeah, what's up? Okay, cool, man. I just want to show you. If you're not, that's cool too. I'm just helping people make money from home. That's all I'm doing. So it's like that'll help with some of your consciousness, because some people feel like, and I've had people ask me this, well, don't you feel like you're preying on people? No, we're helping people. If they don't have the money and they don't want to do it, then they just say, no, it's not for me. That's fine. But we have to get over the fact that some people are going to say no. Some people might, even because they're in a hurting situation, because hurting people hurt people, they might even lash out at you and say, how dare you be showing the business right now? Travel's down and half the airplanes are empty or grounded and all this stuff. There's going to be people that are thinking irrationally, because that is their world. That is what they're in right now. And I don't want you to shrink back. You need to lean forward and say, listen, I appreciate your where you're coming from. I understand. There's just a lot of people that are looking. So I know you're not looking right now. I'm still here for you. It's all good. Hey, have an awesome day. And just move on, because it does hurt a little bit. I'm a human being. I'm not going to sit there on stage and be like, yeah, man, next one. Bullshit. It hurts
Right.
because I care. How can you care for people and not care for people at the same time? You can't. That's like loving someone and then keeping a wall up. You can't. The wall keeps them out, but you got to let them in, right? That's why to love is to have courage, because you get hurt. You got to be vulnerable, right? So when you're building a team, you want people to be part of your team. And when you've got your chest open and they freaking throw a dart in there, it freaking hurts, man. But it's how long do we stay on the hurt? For me, sometimes it hurts for a little bit and then I can let it go in a few seconds. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. Okay. If I'm bored and I don't have something planned, or I don't have a presentation or a conversation planned, I tend to stew on it more. So that's why you got to keep your hands busy. You know what? Idle hands is the devil's workshop, right? So we got to either be listening to personal development, audiobook, World Ventures training, or doing a presentation right now. I'm telling you, man, our mind is crazy. It's beautiful, but it's crazy. It can play tricks on us, right? So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys a little bit. I know you've probably been kind of hearing that echoing around, especially if you've been in our world. But now's the time to just press in.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jefferson. Thank you so much, man, for hopping on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet, guys.
Yeah, rock and
Appreciate
roll.
you.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. And like I guess Jeff, like with you saying that is like when it's been hurting, I guess lately, I gotta just share this quickly if you got some time, Jefferson, if everyone else can listen in as well. Lately, I've been the right people for business or
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit. Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear us? No.
Yeah, no, I can. I can now.
You hear us now?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So I guess like
Well, you realize the pot plants and birds.
yeah, so like I've been attracting pot plants and seagulls. So I'm not sure if that resonates with someone, but I guess I'm going through social media, and this is where I'm finding a lot of my prospects. And you know, these prospects have profile photos as seagulls, or they have a pot plant profile, or they just don't look like a real person. Maybe they look a little bit scammy, a little bit spammy, a little bit robotic. You're like, is this person real? But like my mentality is like, if they're gonna profile, they're gonna heartbeat, I'm showing them. I'll show them. They might say yes, and they might become this rock star. Woo! Maybe not, right? And so I've signed up a lot of pot plants and seagulls and coffee mugs as profile photos. Maybe you have too. And I've realized I'm like, this is what I'm attracting. This is what I'm attracting. I'm attracting these type of people. And I'm like, well, and now I'm asking myself, I'm like, damn, why isn't the team growing? Well, like, why aren't they doing anything? Or why aren't they doing?
Well, they come in and they drop out.
Or they come in and they drop out. They die like a pot plant, right, on the porch, right? And so a seagull comes in, a seagull flies away when they see a French fry, right? That's what happens. That's what's been happening to us lately. And I'm just like, man, I've been attracting this. This is what's been coming in. I'm like, damn, I can't do this anymore. And so, you know, I put so much energy with these people. And if you think about it, guys, you have team members, or you have people in your team, or you have prospects you're sharing, but you're putting your energy out there and you're trying to bring them up to you every single time. And instead of you actually bouncing energy off each other, because a connection or a relationship or, a team building sort of relationship is energy bouncing back and forth so you guys can bring each other both up, right? But every time that I've been helping people within the team or helping people get started or bring new people in, I'm always putting my energy out there to bring them up. And so I realized I got to go through a massive detoxification. Monica made me realize this. And I ain't signing up no more seagulls, no more pot plants or mugs on my social media. And so I want to attract the right people. I want to work with people that have my energy, that are into entrepreneurship, that are, open-minded, that understand residual income or want to know what residual income is, or want to travel the world and get excited about life. They're the people I want to attract. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. Maybe that's been happening to you. Maybe that's happened in the past. Maybe it has been happening now.
You just have a different level of awareness that finally, like, he hit that ceiling, like, because everyone knows how Nick is. He is on like a different galaxy most of the time. His energy does not stop. He has no off button. But when things like this happen, when he's like, he does so much work, he does the numbers, he has a system, he's plugging in, like he's doing all the right things, but I'm like, babe, you're bringing in people that like we would never want to hang out with. Like, this is like the whole thing. And I'm over here like staring at him like, I don't know why you're spending 2 hours with this person. Like, hello. But he's like, no, they can do it. Yeah. And he believes in people. That's like one of his biggest strengths, but weaknesses. He believes in everybody. Like, this pot plant can one day be an IMD. And I'm like, well, it's a pot plant. It's a plant. I don't know if it can turn into a human. I don't know, maybe it can, but I go off of energy. That's my superpower, is being able to receive someone's energy and instantly know like, this person uplifts me, inspires me just the same. And I believe if this is something that you've already in your businesses or in your life, this is just in life in general, if you want people in your life and make a conscious decision of what space, what energy you want them to bring into your life, well then, boom, you're gonna start to attract that. And it starts just with obviously Nick is an amazing person and he brings up everyone, but then that's exactly what he keeps doing. And he wonders why he hasn't gone farther. That's exactly why. You gotta start, again, finding those people that have that energy and that respect and that appreciation and already, ready to make some moves. And again, it might be, it's just that intention. So
Yeah.
it's
So
been an interesting week. He's definitely zenned out and reached himself, and it's super apparent. Like, before, he was not, like, I was wondering when it was going to take him this long for him to find out that he's been spending too much time with the wrong people. And unfortunately, it's not like we're not giving them a shot. We did give him a shot, and they're not swinging, but Nick's like, no, they can still swing. I'm like, well, you can't swing it for them.
I have a question.
yeah.
Well, because of that, you're on that subject, because I go through that too. It is really hard trying to get someone who says like they wanna, do everything, but it's the ones that you don't expect and that I'm running with. But how long do you wait? I mean, I have people that have been in for like 3 years and they're just there, and I'm like, what are you waiting for? Come on, you see me doing this. You see the 30 trips that I've been on, and you see, like, I'm not even stressing out being shelter in place because, you want the residual income. I have it. It's been 3 years. So I'm just done. Like, if they're not doing anything for 2 years, I'm like, in my IMD is Terry Camp, and he says, you just gotta he said last night, you just gotta help the ones that want to be helped, and you gotta really just let go of the ones who don't, right? And it's so hard because we have the heart to serve and we want to help people, and you see so much potential, but you have to protect our energy. And Terry just told me this last night, and it's just amazing, and I know that we're all going through it, we're all going through the same thing, but it's interesting and it's so refreshing to hear, right? Like, to hear that, okay, I'm not alone, but it's still like, come on.
Yeah, love them and lead them, right?
Right, I know.
That's it. So.
And when they're ready, they'll come along.
Yeah, but my question is, do you still reach out to every single one of them, even the ones that are asleep? I mean, I do. That's me, right?
I know Jefferson, Alexis, you guys are all like crushing this, so by all means go ahead. I'll just put in my little 2 cents. What we've kind of done and actually have taken from all of you guys, what we do is we kind of put people in levels by asking them where they're at. Like, you have to have a conversation with people. Like, unless you're a psychic mind reader and know exactly what someone's thinking, they're going to tell you one thing and they're going to actually do the complete opposite. Okay, so whether someone tells you they want to hit IMD tomorrow, like, I don't hear that. I actually hear what they're going to actually give me, right? So we've you know, I can't remember who gave us the system. Was it Jefferson?
Yeah,
Actually, I feel it was
Jefferson.
that gave us the
Jefferson's
levels.
yes.
You know, a level 1 is just somebody that, like, maybe who knows for how long, and that's just the thing.
Yeah, hey guys, real quick. I'm getting my haircut. Say hi to Erica.
Hey, Erica. Oh, that's funny.
Get it.
She's doing a house call. She's awesome, man. She's been cutting my hair for what, 2-3 years now?
That's awesome.
4 years. So hey, yeah, please, I'm gonna have to hop off here in a second, so I'm just gonna be in listen mode. But yeah, cover the 5 distributors that I talked about on the audio.
Yeah, sure. Do you have that?
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I'll just kind of start it off while Nick finds it.
Let me get it.
And Alexis, if you want to go ahead, man, because
let me see. Can you hear me?
One for you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, so I mean, you just gotta love them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Definitely reach out to them. But what I understand, because I'm the same way, I want this more for everybody more than they want it for themselves. So I get it. I get where Nick is coming from. I'm like, yeah, you're a pot. You can become a human. You can knock it out the park.
An eagle.
But what I learned is that you just gotta love them for who they are. They're paying their monthly fees, right? So that's still contributing to your income. And I know it sounds kind of messed up, but if you want them to win you just gotta have a conversation with them and just say, hey, look, what exactly do you want out of this? Do you want to make 2 G's? Do you want to make 2,000, 3,000 a month? Do you want to make just 500? What is it? Because if you want to make 2,000 a month, this is what you have to do. And I'm reaching out to you because this is what you told me you wanted to do. And I don't want to feel like I'm chasing you, but I'm just going to give you tough love real quick, or whatever the case is. But you got to let them know, look, if you want this, you got to come out there and you got to put in this work. You got to put me to work and introduce me to your friends so I can show them the deal so you can get this residual life. Because now, like you are, this is business as usual for you, or whatever the case is, because you're living the life. You're getting that residual income. You're traveling, right? So with me and my conversation, what I have with my people is that, I just tell them, hey, look, I know you told me in the beginning your why, and I'm not going to tell you your why was a lie because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But in the back of your mind, that's what you're thinking. But at the same time, they're paying their monthly fee. You see what I'm saying? So hey, and at the same time, it's because like I want to reach out to a lot of people too and say, hey, you wanted it. But at the same time, I don't want to remind them that they're paying a monthly fee and then they cancel.
Yeah. So I mean, I just wanted to give a little background here in the Bay Area. The mindset here in the Bay Area is something else. Like, it's not like the rest of the country. They're very, because we are in the tech capital of the world, right? We got technology, we're the Silicon Valley. And right now, because of this, because everybody's in shelter in place, everybody's in panic mode. But my biggest question, and I'm going to be going on with Jackie tomorrow, my biggest question is, how do I get through the Bay Area folks that, I made it because I make 6 figures, but yet you're working 70 hours a week. You're actually, you know what I mean? It's so hard because right now they're in panic mode. They're like thinking, these VPs, these executives that are, in their 60s, they have the great career, but yet they're getting laid off and they're like in panic mode. They're really, you know what I mean? But the Bay Area is so hard. And I'm trying to develop my story where I can say, do you still want to travel for 2 hours a day just to go to a job and spend 10 hours and then travel back? You're missing your whole entire life. But the Bay Area is really, really hard. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I know Jefferson has a couple of people like in here in the city, and I talk to them and they have the same thing. And I mean, it's just weird here in the Bay Area. The mindset is very different than the rest of the country. And maybe Wooly, you can actually confirm, but I do that all the time. I do exactly what you said. I call them. I'm like, you told me that what you wanted to do, and they're still paying. I mean, I'm so thankful that even when they start as platinum, they downgraded to gold, because they want to keep their points and stuff. But it's so hard to they're scared over here. They're really scared. But I'm telling you, remember me. I promise you, I'm gonna put San Francisco on the map. Me and my team. I promise you.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the Bay Area, I don't know much about San Francisco, California. I'm in the Tampa Bay area. So where people would like to go vacation so it's kind of working. At the same time, it's not, because everybody thinks it's a scam or whatever the case is, but it is what it is. Anywhere you go, it is. But what I would do in that area is probably just find somebody who was really successful in there and just borrow their story to help you create yours.
Absolutely. Terry Campbell, AMD. So Terry Campbell, he says, he goes, I spearheaded the Silicon Valley, and I say that all the time. My IMD spearheaded the Silicon Valley, and he says it to us all the time. He's like, look, but San Francisco is different. It's just different than the Silicon Valley. But yeah, thank you for sharing.
That's awesome. Good stuff.
I'd also like to say one thing, Antoinette. Something that I'm very conscious of is the words that we speak. As we speak, we create. And so if you keep repeating to yourself out there into the universe, Silicon Valley is so freaking hard to get to. All these people are weird. Nobody wants to sign up. Everybody's freaking out.
Right.
That's what you're putting back onto your market.
I agree. Words do have power. And yes, I agree.
Super powerful. So with all of that, try and find what are the awesome things in your market that you can focus on. And again, it's all that energy.
Yep.
What is the energy out of Silicon Valley or the Bay Area that you want to attract into your life? Who are the people?
Yes.
I have boards that literally list all the qualities that I have in our dream prospect and our dream clients and our dream students, if we're teaching them. And that's who I continuously, they have to be energetically abundant, spiritually aligned, rising leaders, rising creators, rising influencers, coaches, anything like that. For me to, again, in Silicon Valley, there's, of course, every part of the country is going to have a different way of taking things. Like in New York, it's like you in, you out. And there's different verbiage, and that's why language is so powerful, and you can use that to your advantage. So look at what words and language you have to use to infiltrate their brain, that they need to stop in their tracks, that they think their shit don't stink, but now it stinks, right? Like now they're like, what the hell's
We're
going
all
on?
in the same level playing field right now. I mean, this thing does not prejudice. I mean, everybody, we're all in the same playing field. Every single one.
Million jobs gone like that. Who knows how many more?
Parents being home. I mean, gosh, I'm part of these groups. I have 2 kids, but these parents are genuinely, and I'm like, look, because here in the Bay Area, they think network marketing. I mean, there's just so much here, right? But I post on these, I reach out to all these moms in the groups, and I say, I'm just trying to be respectful because they genuinely hate network marketing. And I'm like, I've been doing this since 1999. I found the right company. This is the greatest vehicle and all this and that. But if you're open, maybe 2 out of 100, and I'm blessed with the 2 that said no, right? But yes, you're right. Words have power. I'm going to change my words, and I'm going to start saying, life-speaking words and finding the right San Francisco people. And Terry told me this last night. He was like, after that, you can do this. You can. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. And I would go into groups of not just single moms, but network marketing groups. And final single moms. Make connections. Oh,
So I post, I'm part of, women's networking group, not just single moms. I'm not a single mom anymore, but I reach out, and I'm not going to stop, but I will change my mindset in the more positive words. But it is discouraging, and that's why I'm here, right? Because I need you guys to speak life to me and all that. But thank you so much.
You've got this.
And I actually listened to an audio by Jefferson last week, and it's called The 5 Types of Network Marketers. Now I'm going to do the best I can. I took some notes, some various notes here. So there's businesses here, guys. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Now you can? Okay. Sorry, I have to slow it down. My Australian accent. Some people can't understand me still. It's all right. It's the typical thing over here. So the first time
your audio keeps cutting out, buddy. That's what's going on.
Damn. I don't know
what about, can you guys hear me?
Yep. No, maybe if you.
Sounds like your internet or your microphone is messed up at times.
Are you using your computer?
What
Or
about now, guys?
talking super loud.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better.
Okay, just let me know if I cut in or
Go
not.
like this or something. And
Yeah, and
we'll
I'll
know
and
that
I'll
you can't hear us.
yeah, sorry guys. So the first type of network marketer is the poverty class thinker. All right, poverty class thinker. So this type of network marketer just blames, just wants to blame and complain. They'll say they want to do this and they do the complete opposite, and they'll just find a way or an excuse to blame something else or someone else other than themselves for not getting the success they want. And so there's that poverty class thinking, okay? And number two, the second type of network marketer is the working class thinker. So this working class thinker is, they complain, they blame, but when obviously, God, this is what I learned from Jefferson, is complaining, listen to this, complaining never opens the vault for blessing. Complaining never opens the vault for blessing. So what does that mean? So guys, when you complain and you blame and all that sort of stuff, you're sort of like cutting your tail off. So you're a possum and you're cutting your tail off because you're putting that energy and that focus on something else or someone else. Therefore, you can't actually find that blessing in that problem or in that situation or in that issue, where if you were to actually,
because they don't feel like they have the solution. Right. They don't believe it. So how the hell can they open the door if they don't feel they have the key?
Right. And so complaining never opens the vault for blessings. So guys, if there's something coming up, there's a problem, you need to find that solution, and in finding that solution, you will find the blessing or the learnings or the education from not doing that again and proceeding on. The third type of network marketer is the middle class thinker. So this type of network marketer, they crave or they love safety. They love security. This type of network marketer, the middle class, they don't like to invest in their own business. All right, they don't like to invest in their own business. They think their job is plan A. Okay. They think their job is plan A, guys, and I think WV or your network marketing company is plan B, where we all know that really, if we go right into things, we know that our network marketing company or our main business here is our plan A, and obviously our job is our plan B. But this is what the middle class thinker thinks. They think job is plan A, WV is plan B. All right. And so they don't like to invest in their own business. They don't like to go to trainings. They don't like to do anything on an educational level. And then there's level 4. So there's the upper class thinker. So the upper class thinker, and I believe this is where I'm at, just being completely transparent with you guys. The upper class thinker, at this level, they hit a lot of plateaus. Okay. They hit a lot of plateaus, a lot of walls. They have like this fighter mentality. Okay, but they also have an ego, all right? They have an ego. And over the past, guys, is why an ego is produced, or why you might have an ego right now, or you might have an ego in the past, is because a whole lot of maybe negative experiences that have happened to you resulting from your business or from you sharing, the idea, the concept with people, or, whatever has happened in the past. And so, you put on a whole bunch of masks. Think about a whole layer of masks to protect yourself. And so you've made this and you created this ego and this fighting mentality that I don't care what people say. I'm going to show them the deal and I'm going to go out there and do this thing. I'm going to hit IMD tomorrow, baby. Let's go. I'm like, I don't care. They say no. They say pyramid. They say yes. I'm in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And so, this is where I believe I'm at, just being completely transparent with you guys. And so when you have this fighter mentality, people cannot follow in your footsteps if you don't lay them out. And when you're in this fighter mentality, you get sort of caught up in this go, 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 go area or this zone, right? And so your team go, well, I can go, 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 but what do I actually do, right? And so if you can't lay out the footsteps, then your team can't follow you. And so also when you have an ego, you don't think your ego will come out until someone in your team becomes more successful than you, and they start hitting ranks. You're like, oh, this is amazing. They're doing it, but I'm like, damn, I'm jealous. Damn, I'm envious. Damn, I'm pissed off all of a sudden. And damn, this sucks now. And they're getting all the attention, right? This is maybe more of a red-driven personality. And maybe we've been there before, maybe we haven't yet. And so, you know, we put all these masks on to protect ourselves. But this is what happens at level 4. This is what we all think at level 4. The worst thing about success is a little bit. Let me say that again. The worst thing about success is a little bit. Man, there's been so many times where, you know, I've had some success, but it's not the success I wanted. It's not like it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. And I'm like, you know, everyone's congratulating me. I'm like, no, this is shit.
Yes.
Like, I want to throw my whiteboard out off the balcony right now. This is shit. Right? I'm pissed off. So, you know, at this level, and this is more of a red mentality or a driven personality, competitive personality, you know, the worst thing about success is a little bit.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe some of us or most of us here at that level, some of us are at different levels. And I'm about to go into level 5 or the 5th type of network marketer. Oh, shit. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Before we go level 5. And so, you know, when someone at level 4, when someone asks you to present for them, it's really a trap. Yes, you got to do it at the start for your new rep and at the beginning, you need to help them and train them. But really, I want you to think about this. It's a trap. And so I want you to play a game of hot potato. Next time someone asks you to present and they've been in the company or they've been in the industry for a long time, they know what to do. They don't really need you. They just don't want to take, you know, the potato, right? They don't want to take the golden cup and do it themselves.
Give them back.
And you're going to give it back. So we want to play a game of hot potato here. So as soon as someone edifies you, you edify someone else and you let them stand up. And if someone asks for you to present, go, hey, no, I know you can do it. You present, right? And then when they ask you to edify, you get edified, then you edify someone else. So you play that game of hot potato as soon as you can and take that significance or take that out of your positioning and give it to someone else who needs it or who wants it or who, you know, is wanting to get to that next level, because it's really a trap, guys. When someone asks you to present, it's a trap. And so take our success and blame themselves. And so we, at this level also, we take our success so serious. We take our success so seriously that we end up blaming ourselves. And I have done this on countless occasions. I did this over the weekend, and I'm taking this 90-day blitz that we're part of right now. I'm doing everything we can. I'm taking it so serious. I'm not agreeing, but I've been tracking on 5 different visual bloody whiteboards. Like you guys can probably see over here. I've got my big ass whiteboard there. Oh, hang on. All right, give me a second. Hang on. So guys, like I got the tracking whiteboard right there. You know, I've got like a little whiteboard there, like how many videos, Zooms, emails, messages, calls I do a day. You know, we've got all like the affirmation boards there on our morning activity, our rituals, you know, our all in for 90 goals. And I'm just surrounding myself with this because what we got to do to win at a big level. But at the same time, when you take you take success so serious that we blame ourselves. And maybe that comes down because we're so passionate or compassionate, or we just want to help so many people. We want to win big. We want to get that income. We want to get that lifestyle that network marketing brings, right? And so,
yeah, I want to say something too.
Go.
And like with that tracking board, we've been like 4 like silvers maybe. And that's just a level of membership that we have for those that might not be part of the club, away from a rank called 60-60. And we're like, yeah, we're about to hit it. And then boom, the month reset the other day, and we're at like half of that. And I was like, well, that's part of the game. That's the birds that flew away. And I was able to like dust the shoulders off because I'm like, well, you know what? I've heard of stories where IMDs and top incomers, they lose like 1,000, like, you know, in a freaking flash of an eye. So I'm like, that's okay. And those are the people that you were probably spending way too much time with that we're going to just leave anyways. So I'm like, okay, it's a reset. This is going to happen. Yeah, that sucks. But hey, but then of course Nick he takes it so personally, you know? And so that's what he's working through right now, is having that like that ability to not blame himself. Like he feels like, oh, I could have done more. I could have, like, what could you have done? I mean, you can't control anybody's decision. Right now, the whole world's trying to figure out what bills they got to cut out. And if they think owning a business that can create income is something that they should actually cut out before their Netflix, that's on them.
For $25.
Yeah, like that's stupid, right? So I'm like, that's actually great. This is a cleansing process. I'm over here like, yes, we lost 14 people, because I have to celebrate that, because or else I'm not going to get over it. I'm not going to be able to be like, okay, now we actually have space. You're in a different space now. And I believe that's actually why we lost those people, is because now we're all almost kind of on the same awareness level of who we're attracting. And this is the next 30 days to run this blitz that we're in is going to be completely different. It's going to be intentional, purposeful. We're going to attract those energetically abundant people in our life, and we're going to finish strong. And where it would have taken us like, 100 people to reach this goal because they're not all doing anything, maybe we'll actually just bring in 1 or 2 people personally, and then
Quality people. Yeah.
quality people.
Yep.
You're making room for the right 2 that you're looking for.
Yeah,
That's
now
exactly
we're
right.
like really being intentional. So like I believe it's a blessing, but of course it's like kind of hurts. I'm over here like, babe, let's dust it off. He's like, no. And I'm like, I know, in his own time.
So that was level 4, guys, and now going to the 5th type of network marketer. This is called the world-class thinker. So this is a spiritual self, or a spiritual being, or a spiritual self. And this is, like I just shared with you, the ego self. At level 4, it's ego driven. And so when, at ego, you think about ego, you think about money. And so when money drives you, you actually get in this massive black hole. And so, those 14 people that quit last month, maybe because I'm like, maybe they still paid, but obviously maybe they felt that from me, that I was more ego driven. And they might think that money's driving me. And so people felt this. And when people feel this, they repel. And when people repel, they quit. So this is just like a learning curve for me. And it's, this ego self, it's important to be validated, but obviously it's also unhealthy if we don't get that validation that we need, or that recognition that we all strive for here and there within our business. But also too much validation, or too much recognition, or too much significance, if you guys know the 6 human needs, can also be poisoning to the mind as well. And so this spiritual self, the world-class thinker, has a service-based mentality. They get what they want because they help and they serve, and they help and they serve, and it's not about themselves. It's not about themselves. And so as I was going through all this crap over the weekend, and these breakthroughs, like I listened to this audio and go, man, I need to get out of level 4 ASAP. This is bad. I'm like, man, what I've been doing. I'm like, I'm always out there to help people, of course, and do everything. And obviously, like, I'm like, we're going over like how much residual we got, how much weekly income we got, how much we're doing, and maybe it's coming up as more of a red ego self. And so I've got to change my mentality and I got to, bless and release, as Jonathan Gooch says, if you guys know who Jonathan Gooch is. And I got to be coming from more a service-based mentality, and help more people and serve more people and meet people where they are and love people where they're at. And so I don't go into that black hole. And maybe some of you can relate to that at some point, or at some perspective. And it's number 1 is like constantly thinking about helping and raising people up. So like, someone asked you to present today, you're going to say, no, you can present. You do it because you got it. You want to lift them up. You want to raise those people up, right? And also, play the hot potato game. If someone edifies you, you just edify someone else as soon as you can. So, do that, guys. And this is just a healthy sense of obligation, all right? And the last thing I want to sort of like leave you with is,
touch on that one a little bit more.
You want to touch on it?
Yeah, the healthy sense of obligation. I believe a lot of us have all been in there where, you do everything for your team, like everything and anything, and like Christ, it's like you're raising babies, right? And so I did that, like put everything on my credit card. Yeah, you pay me later, never pay me back. Dave, I know you want to say something.
Yeah, it's like herding cats sometimes. So yeah, you just gotta. It took me a couple years to let them go, and if they're gonna follow you, they're gonna follow you.
Yes.
And if they don't follow you, look at yourself and see why they're not. But you're gonna find the ones that want to do it, and it takes some time. I mean, dang, I'll be in it 5 years in October. It's pretty crazy. And luckily found a couple of people that are gonna keep going, and we're just gonna find a couple more, and then then you're good to go. So love them and lead them. And I like the level. I've heard these before. I never really looked at them really close, but thanks for sharing. Good stuff.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
And what I found is the ones that we do know, like, okay, they have the potential. They are showing us that they are stepping into this leadership role. You'll hurt your team by taking that away.
You're cutting out again.
Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry.
What about now, guys?
Solid.
Better.
Cool. And so, what was I saying? Yeah, so like, when you identify those leaders in our group and, that are those rising leaders, they're still maybe not a baby chick, but they're like in the middle, they're already like, they want to do these presentations by themselves and they're excited. Like, it's that fine line between like just mother goosing them and then letting them just do this. And so that's another thing that I know has been a coming of time for Nick. He is one of those mother goose leaders, but he's now becoming aware of it. And what we've seen with the leaders that want to rise, the less you talk to them, they will actually reach out to us more, and they will have quality questions because they're actually like have hit that ceiling of their leadership or their knowledge, and they're like, actually, shit, I need you, Nick and Monica. I need you for a second. Like, what do I actually do here? And so we're not forcing it out of them. So again, it's like letting the glass ceiling out, removing it for them, because it's like we're almost like putting it back on by doing everything for them. So I mean, I totally did that. I mean, I've just been in like 2 years longer than Nick, so I feel like I already went through all that phase and I can see it. And so I'm like, he'll get there one day. But he's, like an amazing leader. But it's like hard to not want to do everything because you want to set them up right. But then you realize you're enabling them and you don't give them any way to grow and shine and become that leader. Because we want to be insignificant to our business one day. There are some IMDs and top income earners that like nobody even knows and they're rolling in the dough. I want to be that person, right? But of course, we're people that are like, extroverted. I'm sure we always are going to want to be in the sense of the community. But we also want to be super insignificant to our business, and we'll never be if we continue to just reach out to them and reach out to the person that hasn't done anything in 3 years. I mean, it's always good to have them be in a group where they are perfectly capable of looking at that information and diving it into themselves in their own time. Like, I believe that those are like the level ones, the people that are in for who knows how long, and they maybe haven't even taken a dream trip and they haven't, shown anyone, but they're still they're still, paying their monthly. Well, again, as long as we have them in a chat, I mean, there's no excuse. Like, you are an adult, my friend. You can check the chat or you can reach out. And they'll eventually, or if not, because I'll be honest, I believe I almost quit like the second year of World Ventures. I went MIA for a whole year. I was finishing up dental hygiene school, and I was in like an extremely toxic relationship at that time. And I was just totally not mentally there. And I was this close to quitting, but I remember literally looking at the phone, about to call World Ventures customer service. And I'm like, this is a bad idea, actually. It's okay. I'm going to get over this hump. And I didn't. Straight up, I remember the day that I was this close to canceling my World Ventures account. And it was stupid, measly, I think it was 50 at that point. I don't know. And I'm so glad I didn't. And so if I was that person, I know I got to have other people that can have my potential going through that stage right now. So I have the ability to see people's stages and their journey, and to just, again, yeah, love them and lead them. But again, they have to go through their own journey. We have no idea what people are going through on the daily. We have no idea the amounts of what people are going through personally. They will only tell us what they want us to hear. But deep down, they might be going through the worst, mental depressions or anything, family, going through a divorce, like literally there's going to be the rise of divorces in this time, and
especially right now.
Oh yeah.
The best thing you can do to a lot of your people, just reach out to them, ask them how they're doing.
Yep, exactly.
Don't push them. They'll feel obligated to tell you if they're not doing something or not. But ultimately, I do a lot of texting and just, hey, how you guys doing? How you holding up?
Yep.
And let them come back with it. And that's it. And if they say something otherwise about getting on a Zoom or showing somebody, then we'll continue the conversation on that level. But just reaching out in general, especially right now, is a big thing.
Just to connect.
Yep.
Literally, no WV, no, hey, how's it going? Are we
what
ready?
I'm going to do today, after the Marquesetta call, I'm just going to go on Facebook Messenger and start video calling people just out of the blue that are on the team, just to say hi and see their face and talk to them in person in that sense, and see how that works. Because I got some pretty good people on the team, but they've been kind of quiet in the last week. Normally they're not. So just a quick, maybe that'll boost them up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, exactly. None of us know how this is affecting anyone's family right now. We only know our real shit. And even us, we're going to make it seem like it's not better, right? But really, I'm not going to put it.
You guys are cutting out again. You need a new computer.
Yeah, Nick dropped it last week. So ever since he dropped it, it's.
Dang, way to go, bro.
Yeah, awesome, good stuff. So go on to the next one, baby.
I just want to leave with this. Is this one of the points that was on the audio with Jefferson, and he said, if you had, maybe some of you do already, if you had a $100,000 per month business, organization, team, what would you be doing and acting like now? So if you had a $100,000 per month business, organization, team, what would you be doing right now and how would you be acting? So he just left with that question, and that sort of just made me think, if anyone wants to unmute themselves and, what would you do? Obviously we all have a business right now and that's producing from whatever income to whatever income. But if you had $100,000 per month coming in from a team, an organization, your current business, what would you be doing with your team and how would you be acting with your team? And, and it all comes down to obviously spiritual self versus ego self, and level 4 versus level 5, obviously, and not getting into that black hole, getting into that trap and playing hot potato. But yeah, just wanted to, that's what the last point
What
sort
would
of.
you start?
If I had $100,000 per month business, organization, team, what would I be doing right now? I'd be like, oh my God, this is crazy. Woo! No, I'm only playing around with you guys. At the same time, I sort of would be doing that. But at the same time, I guess it's just I would be just trying to, and obviously this is through quarantine right now. That audio was done ages ago. But, I would just be reaching out. As Dave Woolley just said on the call, I'd just be reaching out to everyone as much as possible and connecting with them and building a stronger relationship with them, a personal relationship with our team, with our current business, and just helping out and reaching out as much as possible and just saying, hey, here's my hand, and if you ever need anything or you need something, here it is, call me anytime, text me anytime, or we'll do obviously those weekly calls that we're all on, and and obviously just I'd be sharing more of what we're doing, because it's just a huge blessing. It's just a huge blessing.
I'll share what I would do. So that instantly makes me think of, again, who is this person that has, you know, what have they done to get to the success? And I guarantee you they have a solid ass morning routine ritual that before they wake up or before they get into work, they're actually pouring into themselves. And so that first hour, and that's actually right now is the perfect freaking time with this pandemic. It is slowing the world down. It is calling you to just take a deep breath and connect with not just the world and your loved ones, yourself. Primarily, like, you are the one that's going to get you to make that 100K. So right now I am waking up with the gratitude. I have literally a list in front of me that I read. I wake up and I see it and I'm like, shit, okay, I gotta be grateful right now, because when I wake up, I already have business ideas zooming. I already, like, it's firing off, but then I wake up and I see the actual, you know, list of what I have to do, and I go through my gratitude. Yeah, bring out my other one. My gratitude, and connect with my intention for the day and setting that up. And so this one's mine. It's all in purple. It's like gigantic. So I have gratitude. These are my morning, I like to call them rituals. I know everyone calls it a different thing, morning routine or whatever, but I feel like rituals to me is just like, this is sacred to me. Is I need this day, because as a dental hygienist, guys, I don't know when I'll be able to go back to work, but I'm not like gonna be able to have this amount of time when I do go back. Like, I'll only have like three-ish days to like have this morning routine, because I'm not a morning person and I don't plan on waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning to do this. I don't know, maybe I'll try. But maybe I'll be a different person by then, and I actually can be that morning person. But I do yoga. I do my breathing. I want to do my reading. I've been doing that, and I like am not a reader, and I've been reading. You know, I drink my green juice every single morning. I actually make it, and I'm like, that's the first thing that touches my stomach before I have anything. And before the pandemic, oh my gosh, who knows what I was putting in my mouth? Like, it was terrible. And just having intention, and again, pouring into myself, and then having breakfast, of course, and then I have coffee with the hubby or connection call like this. And then I start to think like, okay, I'm probably still like sweaty from last night, so I should probably take a shower. I didn't take a shower and actually feel good, and start to actually have that the whole day set up feeling clean. And I don't know if you guys know, but like, I have this like lipstick that I love that is like my color, and it just makes me, if I don't have it on, I like feel like, ugh. When I have it on, I'm like, yeah, I'm like powerful and I feel beautiful. And I just go into them. Then like, that has taken at least an hour, if not 2 at this point, and I haven't touched my social media at all. I know that is one thing that is really, really, really hard for all of us mobilepreneurs, is going straight to the phone and like connecting, right? And so everyone has a different way of doing this. This is just mine. I don't like to see my phone at all. I actually put an hour timer on my phone before I even when I wake up, so that I know at least an hour I can't touch it. I will maybe use it for like meditation in the morning, or for yoga or something like that. But then, you know, then I can go into, after those 2 hours it goes off, then I can go into, you know, who do I intentionally want to bring into my life? Who do I want to attract? Who do I want to actually connect with? And because if I'm making 100K a month, I sure as hell am not just talking to anybody. I'm talking to those people that, again, there are leaders, creators, influencers, coaches, rising leaders, you know, influencers. I want to have connections with people that really want to impact the world, and can, again, if World Ventures isn't for them, we still can collaborate. We still can exchange amazing conversations, because there are people in my life that aren't in World Ventures, and it's not for them for whatever reason, but they have amazing content to give me, and they're good at finances or who knows what, I don't know, right? So like, I'm going into that, and then I actually have another board for when I'm actually ready to hit it and get into business mode. It's actually called Strap Your Tits On and Get to Work board. It's like, all right, girl, we've done the Zen, we've made it happen. I've been intentional, loved myself, but now, and I've connected with other people, and now it's time to get to work. And I have actually like a focus sheet. So I don't know how you guys stay on top of your organization. For me, the simpler the better. You know, I've purchased really like fancy schmancy dinners that are all about like journaling and stuff, and sometimes they're way too much for me. I have to really, I don't know. So I have like a super focus sheet, super simple one, and it goes over my daily focus, and then it goes over things that I'd like to get accomplished eventually by the week, and then I have long-term projects so that I always know what's kind of in sight. And so I do that, and of course I'm listening to personal development and audios and stuff, and then we have to take a break, and then I have to connect with my hubby again and take that time to just reconnect and be intentional. And then that's kind of what I would do. I don't know, who knows, but that's just kind of what I've been doing. And this is why we then get in this creative state, because we pour into ourselves first. We can do things like this. And like the other day, we created a virtual whiskey night for the men. I don't know how many. I know Alexis actually was on it, I think, right?
Liz, were you on the call?
Actually, I feel like he was.
I don't think I caught that one.
Bro, I think Dave Waller, you were on it, right, with Wayne?
I was on it for a short time, and I thought you guys ended it, so I jumped off. And then Aaron told me you guys were on for 3 freaking hours. So
Yeah,
Wayne
Wayne
Nugent.
Nugent.
yeah. So next time,
We're doing another one. It's coming up. I'll be spiking. I'll be spiking the social media with another one soon.
Yeah.
do
And
it.
so
He's
I
sitting at home too, right?
It's men only, guys. Men only.
We'll do a
Sorry,
women's
ladies.
one, Antoinette.
That was awesome.
Busy. Don't worry, girlfriend. We'll try and get some IMD leaders in that too.
Come on now, let's go.
Yeah, get Mary. Would love to have Mary.
Yeah. Mary would be down. She totally would be down, for real.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So like, because
Manpower.
yeah. So we just got all these like ideas. Like we should do like a virtual like, you know, drinking night or Saturday night thing, and then boom, like Nick had like 50, 60 plus people, 60 people plus, and Wayne Nugent speaking for 3 hours
That's
for free.
awesome.
What the hell? So that's just the power of like diving into yourself, guys, you know, and taking care of yourself right now, for your family, you know. So
Yeah, the camps had wine on Sunday. They had a wine happy hour. We were on wine while we were online.
It was pretty cool.
I like it.
There was like 50 of us on. It was pretty awesome.
That's good. That's
A
good.
lot of guys were singing, and did some their own renditions and stuff. It was pretty cool. The Motown people
The
from
Motown
Vegas,
people from Vegas,
they were on, and they did a little skit for us. It was kind of cool.
They're a DTL, they're a DTL. So every time if you guys go to Vegas, the Motown show, when we can go, they're a DTL, and they do, you know, Terry and Mary, they've had private, you know, Team Unstoppable events there. So yeah, just go there, just love on them. They're amazing.
They're great leaders. Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else want to say what they would do if they had 100K a month? Business organization, what they would be doing and acting like?
I would, I mean, I shouldn't have to wait for 100,000. I mean, to be making, but I'll be like Nick. I'll be screaming at the top of the world, screaming and hollering. But I would definitely do a lot more like contests, like dream days. I would definitely have dream days like crazy with the team, but not just an ordinary dream day. I would say like, let's say for example, if you sign up, you know, 5, you know, gold members or whatever, a certain amount of members, I would definitely have like, I'll rent out a hotel, cabanas, jet skis, all you can drink, all you can eat, all type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just have a bunch of dream days, like every month. I would definitely, you know, set something like that up. And yeah, I would definitely get more test up like that with the teams, definitely.
That's it. Hey, Alexis, Janine just put in the chat asking, what is a dream day?
Like a dream day. Okay, like kind of like what I just explained. Like I would say, like for example, with the contest, I would get like the Sand Key Hotel out here in Clearwater Beach. You know, I'll get that, and I'll go rent the cabanas out with all you could drink and like jet skis and just something to get the team looking forward to. Like, because a lot of people want to be celebrated, not tolerated. You know what I'm saying? Because they're at their work, they're at the workplace constantly. They're always at their jobs, always at the jobs. But if they get celebrated, you know, and being able to enjoy just the culture of the vibes that we get all together and hanging out. So imagine now you're on social media, hanging out by the pool, seeing your daughter just riding around in jet skis, and you're, you know, hanging out, and you're actually living the life of what your product is, you know, putting out, which is pretty dope, you know? So me personally, yeah, dream day or dream weekends. Maybe go off to like Miami or.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
that sounds good,
Yes.
brother. Sounds great, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah, sounds good. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else?
Yes, I got, you set me a goal for 10 push-ups, and I did it on YouTube. I did 10 push-ups.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Small achievement, right?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Fantastic, Jacob. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Boom. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyone else, guys?
No, that's it. That's it. I like the push-ups.
I think
I just now started doing push-ups. This last week was the first time I started doing push-ups. I'm actually, matter of fact, I'll show you where I'm at right now. This is my board. How do I turn this camera? Oh, here we go. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm still looking at myself, huh? Here we go.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
yeah.
We're trying to do 100 a day. That's where we're trying to do.
Oh, nice.
But the thing is, you know, obviously, I don't work out. Obviously, I'm not saying I don't work out. So if we're like shaking, are doing like sets of 15 or sets of 10, or, you know, just like, but we're getting it through. The whole goal is to get 100 at minimum. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, definitely. Let's add each other so we can continue accountability and keep the push-ups going.
Get them
Yeah,
Sounds good.
let's do it. Push up. I know Paul does lots of push-ups. Paul's been doing push-ups on his head, I think, today.
Yeah, he looks like a push-up.
Handstand push-ups.
Oh, looks like
A little
push-up.
bit. If I were making 100K a month, I like what y'all were saying. I definitely would do like more like community, like kind of in a way like connection, and really get to know the people. I think that's super important, because if you don't know your people, they're not going to stick around. I think that's so. I think like Monica, like you were saying, the intentionality part, I think that's super huge. And really getting to know those folks. And like Alexis said, those competitions, especially for the ones that are driven, I think that's brilliant. You know, really driving that in, driving the business. And but I think it's fun. If you make it fun, because business should be fun. Obviously, there are going to be moments where it's not. But I definitely would do that. And then I think more personally, I would definitely do more athletic competitions at this point. Obviously, I'm putting that on hold, you know, with the quarantine and whatnot. You know, do some more trips. And I'm still figuring out some ideas. So really just piggybacking off everything that y'all are saying, because I think it's brilliant.
Hell yeah,
Maybe
Paul.
have more personal development, you know, things like that. But yeah, other than that, you guys hit it right on the head. Seriously.
Rock and roll. Thanks for sharing, Paul.
Sure.
Anybody else?
I think for me, I do, like, my schedule right now is something that I really believe that I would continue doing, even if I wasn't, when I make $100,000 a month. But I think what I would add is to put myself out there more. You know, I'm going through the process of going from 4 to 5, you know, just like you, Nick, just being able to serve more. And, you know, the Women's World Ventures call something Catlow, I forgot her first name. So she talked about being able, you know, it's all about serving others. So I'm right there with you, because I'm, you know, it's like I want to do everything, but I want to be able to, what was that? The upper class thinker, we hit a plateau, right? And we hit a wall. So that's where I'm at, trying to get over to 5, where you're, you know, more servant, you know, servant leader. So I think nothing would change, you know, because I do work out, I do read my Bible, you know, and I do personal development. I do check in, you know, I do all the things that I think would continue. But I think just getting myself out there, and, you know, to tie into what you said, Terry always says, you know, ever since he started World Ventures, he always had, I'm going to be, you know, he always knew that he was going to be IMD. So he acted like an IMD when he first started. right? And so that's so key. And he tells, us all the time that, I was already acting like an IMD, and everyone can attest to that. His leaders can attest to that he's always been the IMD when he first started, when he was just a qualified rep. And I think, just trying to emulate that is, we're all trying to, be there. But obviously it starts with your mind. But that's for me. So putting myself out there more, which is, I may be red and blue, but yellow comes out and I'm like, oh God. Right? Like, I don't want to, like, I do we have Zooms also, do our presentation, and knowing that so when Terry's not on, right, and maybe you guys, when Terry's not on and there could be 100 people that's on, I'm like flowing. But knowing that Terry's on, I'm like, oh my God, So just putting myself out there, I think, is something that I need to do more.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Yeah.
That's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
Thanks for sharing, Antoinette. Awesome. Anyone else? Susie, you haven't spoken. I know you're doing some knitting, or you're doing some cutting
some
there.
Face mask there, or what are you doing?
What are we doing?
Face mask, nice. How much you selling them for? I'll get some off you.
Yeah, actually, we're trying to get an inventory, and we're going into the nursing homes with the people that have to be 24/7. You guys don't know it, but we just got a nursing home on the west side of Madison where I live. 11 positives yesterday. It made the news. So we are ramping up. I had somebody reach out to me that it's a nursing home where my mom was for 20 years. So my story is, my mom had a brain aneurysm when I was 16. It put me in foster care. So life is freaking short. She was in a nursing home for 30 years. So this nursing home, some of the staff reached out to me and said, what can you do? What can you do? We are, we're putting coffee filters up to our mouths with masks. So a friend of mine has got the sewing capability. My machine is broken. I haven't used it in so long. So I'm doing this. So getting back to World Ventures, I'm cutting out the masks. I'm making the ties. Elastic can't be found. But my history with World Ventures is a little bit different. My husband found it with the money side. He's an entrepreneur and has his own business with the railroad industry. As I alluded to, I'm a foster kid. So I'm so freaking yellow that when I met Dave Watson for the first time on a Hug It Forward trip, he was just surprised that my red when I started was a 6, a single digit 6. And Dave Watson said, we're going to change that, Susie. I'm going to rub off on you. Well, personal development of World Ventures, it's the secret to the secret of World Ventures. I'm not a 6 anymore. My posture is different. So if I had 100K a month, just random income, I would do more of what I'm doing right now, and I would get more people involved in it. I've already been to Guatemala. I'll be going on my 8th trip this year, I hope. And I've led a couple trips because I've been grandfathered into, I was one of the first people on the trip with Dave Watson. So I have the capability of leading a trip. I've been with Janie and Raymond Braun on the 100th trip. Amazing people, and they lead a team every year. So I will say one thing I've noticed regarding some of the leaders is, like Janie and Raymond Braun, they have a confident growing team because one trip a year is voluntourism. One trip a year is all inclusive, and where they have to have a passport and leave the country. And one trip a year is like go to New Orleans or Vegas for the people that don't have a passport. And I just know from watching their team grow and them sharing that on different feeds, you gotta get the voluntourism piece into your teams. Even if it would be something as simple as this, passing out all these things and cutting them up, it would give people purpose. And right now, I think what everybody wants right now, in my opinion, it's my opinion, is they just want purpose.
Yeah.
So, that's where I'm at. So if I had an extra 100K a year, I would just help people have purpose and find their purpose. Because their passion can be their purpose, or their purpose can be their passion. It doesn't matter. But if you can find your passion, and right now, I can't tell you how my heart is overwhelming. I just got into this yesterday by making 6 trips to Walmart to try and find supplies. But find those yellows and find people. And when you guys were talking earlier, because I was kind of just a listening ear, I think really right now is if you do reach out to your team members and even the people like, I'm trying to think, Jacob, I think you were the one that said you're going to reach out to your team members. I mean, make them feel part of the family. I call it a family. I mean, all these friends and family are now family. And so just reach out to them and see where they're at right now. You know, reach out to the elderly and reach out to the people that might be the single moms and help them get food to their homes. And World Ventures is a family amongst itself. We know it's Wayne's World. So let's make Wayne's World help this frickin' pandemic get out of here. You know, let's stay home and let's help people stay home. And I mean, that's just where I'm at. So there's my yellow. Sorry about that.
Awesome, Susie. Thanks so much.
Well said.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, hey, guys, it's been 90 minutes. It's gone. Usually this just goes for an hour or so, but this has been an amazing call. I appreciate appreciate everyone hopping on the call today and having. I know we didn't have much virtual. We had virtual coffee at the start, but I appreciate everyone hopping on this call. And there'll be more. I know there just seem to be this was supposed to be like a social connection, but it always ends up going into business. It just does because it's what we thrive and it's what we surround ourselves with, and everyone on this call is amazing. And so our next one will be 10 a.m. Central on Thursday. It is going to be business orientated, entrepreneurship, network marketing, and whatever else business that you want to talk about. So if you guys want to join that call, just watch out for the post. And if you want to join,
every just Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday, Thursday is 10 Central. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You got it. So, guys, I appreciate this. If you guys want the recording, I'm happy to send you guys the recording. You share it with your team if you feel like it's valuable. And, guys, just have a ripper day.
Yeah.
Have an exciting day. Go
Have a
get
awesome
it.
day, guys.
Woo!
You guys
Take
too.
care, guys.
Take care over there.
See y'all later.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
Safe.
Later.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.